Hi everyone, Zach Moore aka Blue Spartan 107 here, and I am showing off a little, I'm showing off my Five Nights at Freddy's official beating Night 5 gameplay. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I ended up having a problem, in which case it never recorded my voice, which really sucks. But, I still have the footage to at least show here, so I'm just going to go ahead and narrate over. Hopefully you guys will not mind. Hopefully I won't mind myself, because I don't really like doing these kinds of commentaries. But I do just go ahead and skip through all of Night 5. I thought I had Night 4 in when I published this. When I originally rendered this on Sony Vegas. I'm recording my commentary in Movie Maker because Movie Maker is just a bit more simpler for me to record commentary. I could of course use Audacity as well, but I feel like using Movie Maker. It's just what I decided to do. Plus, Movie Maker is a bit more simpler to record commentary because then you can see what's going on while you're speaking. But anyways though, in my gameplay, I was feeling very anxious because I had attempted to play beforehand, and I ended up losing on Night 4, and I sort of have like a 3 strikes rule when it comes to Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I don't know for certain why, but I ended up managing to power through Night 4 flawlessly in this gameplay. The last time I ended up dying twice to Freddy after the power went out, and once to Chica, only because I lost power to the door. And unfortunately in this gameplay I lost to Bonnie as well, because the power to the door ended up, frying or whatever. He ended up doing that. So I've officially died to all 4 animatronics from what you have seen from my gameplays. That's pretty sad, I know, but that's just how it is. So anyways though, I've been watching a lot of stuff on Five Nights at Freddy's 4, and I even checked out this very interesting thing tonight that actually says that the purple guy is in Five Nights at Freddy's 4 as a little Easter egg. Now, I'm not going to say where. You can either figure that out for yourself, or you can wait for me to play Five Nights at Freddy's 4, which will be once I have successfully beaten Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and 3. For the 6 days, which means I gotta do the 6th night, but I'm not gonna do it tonight because I'm going to do this video. I'm going to probably do it on Thursday. Today is Tuesday when I'm recording this, and I'm probably putting this up before all the other videos I have that I'm supposed to be putting up that I just haven't. So, anyways though, but, I've found it very interesting to have found that Easter egg for Five Nights at Freddy's 4, and I am trying to make sense of some of the stuff that happened in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, but some people are assuming that that wasn't actually the bite of 87 that takes place in the game, but I had actually called, spoiler alert, very particular spoiler alert, if you have not watched any other gameplays from Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, or anybody else that has played Five Nights at Freddy's. But, spoiler alert, the bite of 87 is apparently revealed, and you played as the victim. And this is something I had called far early, when Scott had first released the first 2 teasers with Nightmare Freddy and Nightmare Bonnie. I immediately knew that it had something to do with the bite of 87. And that it was supposed to be a nightmare that the child, who was the victim, had. And that's what I've seen. However, some people are arguing that maybe it didn't take place in 87. And there's a few viable reasons why. First off, there's of course the Golden Freddy and the Golden Bonnie shown in some of the mini-games. And as we all know, those were Spring Freddy and Spring Bonnie, or as he was referred to, or as, Spring Trap. But Golden Freddy, or Spring Freddy, whatever you wish to call him, was actually known as Fredbear. And he's sort of like the central antagonist of this game, or at least he's shown as that in Night 5. When he mercilessly tries to get your character, which Markiplier, it was fun watching him try to take care of him, and of course his weird nightmare component, which is called a nightmare. It pretty much is Golden Freddy, except he kind of looks like, he's kind of black instead, and I say black because it looks more black to me, but it might be a dark shade of purple as well, so some people assume that that's Purple Freddy, which is more of a Five Nights at Freddy's 2 character, not a Five Nights at Freddy's 1 character. But, either way though, it's pretty interesting to have known about that character. Plus, it turns out that Nightmare ends up having a jump scare that's not really a jump scare at all. It's something similar to Golden Freddy in the first game, in which case, usually when you encounter Golden Freddy, you end up having his face pop up, and you hear the loud scream, except it's not a loud scream, it's more like a loud radio frequency, which I don't know exactly if it could be, but it could actually be some kind of radio reference to the Bite of 87 or to the Purple Guy or anything like that. But either way, though, it would be interesting to find out exactly what's up with the Nightmare character, and we all know that at the end, there's actually a box shown at the end of Nightmare mode, and then you can unlock the 2020-2020 mode, which is, of course, the highest difficulty, the secret 8th night. I will get to all that, and I will most certainly play the 2020-2020 mode on Five Nights at Freddy's 1, but not after Night 6. I'm going to probably save all of those, the 2020-20 mode, the 10-20, the Aggressive Nightmare, and the 8th Night 2020-2020 mode for when I'm done with Five Nights at Freddy's 4. And then I'll do those all like in an order, and maybe I'll even challenge some of my other friends that I know have Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, I'm definitely thinking of challenging Squishifer on this, which I actually did reference him in the original commentary that unfortunately was not recorded. I referenced him and the fact that he mentioned that Bonnie sometimes goes into that closet in Cam 5, or no, Cam 3 actually, now that I'm looking at it. But he refers to it in his playthrough as Bonnie's masturbation closet. I have no idea why he does, he just does, and I find it a bit hilarious. For those of you who don't know what the term means, meaning that you're like a 10-year-old kid watching this, don't ask your parents what that means. You'll find out eventually, but don't look it up now. Live your life with virgin ears. Although you probably haven't, especially if you've watched people like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye. They swear quite a bit in their videos. Although some of them do try to, you know, actually be conservative about it. They don't try to swear all the time. Like me, I do try to avoid swearing most of the time, and I'll end up saying some of my other catchphrases like, "Oh, Richard, son of Dick," which I copyrighted that. You guys cannot use that and claim that as your own. You can use it, but you can't claim it as your own. It's mine. But either way, so going back to actually talking about Five Nights at Freddy's 1, I actually did very good on this. I mean, Foxy rarely ever left his post. In fact, he did on Night 4, which I'm surprised that I did not leave that in here. I thought I did. So he didn't leave on Night 4, and he ended up just staying there, staring for quite a while, and that was fine. And then Freddy, he was just staying on the stage too during all 4 of my attempts, and I say 4 because, of course, you got Night 4, and I did succeed in Night 4, then we moved on to Night 5. I count that as a completely different attempt. So, but either way, though, I did a very good job, and here's my first loss. You see me going ahead and removing my headphones, and you see me freaking out there. It's because it turns out that Freddy, like, immediately popped up, and I was like, what the hell? I was really confused because Freddy was still on the stage, and he doesn't really pop up immediately if he was that far away. So, unfortunately, he gets the jump on me, and I'll let you hear that. Yeah, Freddy's a bit of a dick. You know, probably not as worse as, Balloon Boy. Huh. Did I just do the 2 to the 1? How much did I skip forward, actually? I don't know what, maybe something randomly happened while I was, yeah, I must be on my last attempt now, according to what I'm seeing on the thing. I must have accidentally cut out, some more parts. I don't know. That, or I'm just seeing things wrong. Either way, though, I know that Night 4 is gone, so Night 5, it's gonna be all of Night 5, it should be. There really shouldn't be any interruptions, so that's good. At least I hope so. So, but anyways though, what really interests me in Five Nights at Freddy's 4 though, is the fact that he does have this extra nightmare animatronic, and I don't understand its purpose really. It could be a reference to Purple Freddy, but at the same exact time, I don't know. Could it be like a reference that there's something else going on? I'm not sure. Like I said, I've got to get into the games, and I'm really nervous about the 4th game. The 2nd game, I am nervous about it a bit. The 3rd game looks like a piece of cake. I'm going to try to like go through the whole thing, get the good ending on the first try, and then of course conquer Nightmare mode. I just have to keep my eye on the prize and make sure that Springtrap doesn't go into the vents. And I'm pretty sure I can handle it. The only two people I know for a fact I wouldn't be able to handle then is, of course, Foxy, because I still don't know how Foxy gets in your office, and Chica, because once I see her, I know she's going to be there, and I'm going to just have to accept it. But, anyways, though, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, though, who do I think would be the people that would really annoy the hell out of me? Probably the ones that pop up right after I end up getting out of camera mode. You know, those being, of course, Freddy, Withered Chica, and Withered Bonnie. The puppet should be simple, I hope, and then, of course, keeping Balloon Boy and Mangle out of my office would be a really good thing, too. You'll probably hear a bunch of weird jokes about Toy Chica, but that's only because, well, it's kind of expected. I mean, Scott did kind of make her look a bit more attractive, so a lot of people really got into her. And I like to make jokes about it. I like to make jokes about Chica. Like, you know, trying to say that she's trying to get my, you know, like, to use Mark's term, my giblets. But really, it's just all meant to be a joke. I mean, Chica's a cool character and everything for the Five Nights at Freddy's series, the only female character that's always in the games. But I really have a bunch of jokes ready for when Toy Chica and Withered Chica come along. So, just make sure that you know that they are jokes. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm a furry or I'm into animatronics or anything, because, well, honestly, I don't know. I mean, I kind of can see the appeal behind the whole furries culture, but otherwise, I don't really associate myself with them because I don't think I am one of them. However, don't think does not mean, you know, that I'm officially not. And I'm not saying I officially am. So I'm honestly just kind of like neutral about the whole furry thing. I don't think that they're weird. I think that they're pretty cool people, especially Scott being Scott Bird, not Scott Cawthorn. Let's make sure we clear that up, because he's a pretty cool person. He's a pretty cool Let's Player. I'm pretty sure he's much younger than me, though, because he still has kind of like, you know, the squeaky voice. He probably hasn't gone officially through puberty yet, but I'm pretty sure that he will eventually. And he is a pretty cool person. He's in fact helping me out with some things. You know, just a little secret that I'm working on that only people that are on the Markiplier's Heroes Facebook page know of. And please do not spoil it in the comments. Everyone will know about it eventually. I'm gonna, of course, give out a little shout out to it or something. Like, in fact, a little teaser of sorts. And oh, I remember this part. Both Bonnie and Chica just came up to me, and they're both just crowding the door, and it was pretty freaky. But then Chica left, Bonnie stayed, and I just kept my eye on Freddy and Foxy for a bit, because Chica, you know, normally just goes back into the kitchen to get a cupcake. You're going to hear that quite a few times, but, you know. Either way, though, I had a really good time playing through Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I'm pretty sure I'll have a good time playing through Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and 3, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be scared shitless when I play 4. Because it really does look scary, I mean. Compared to the other games. The first game, the atmosphere definitely scares me, at least when I'm playing. When I see Markiplier playing, it's a whole lot easier to get through it, because it's Mark getting the pain. But then I play it, and I feel like a nervous wreck, and that's why I got rid of the first recording. And quite honestly, I should have gotten rid of the second recording if it didn't pick up my voice. However, that means I would have had to replay through the whole game just to get to Night 4 and Night 5 to show off to you guys, so that's why I'm doing it this way. And I don't really have a drink of water or anything to rehydrate myself too, because I didn't have any water to go to school, which I refilled that with soda, and I don't want to use soda because that'll make me even more hydrated. Getting off track, but, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's 1. The way I think it succeeds is definitely the atmosphere, of course. You've got to listen. When you hear the stomping, that's when you get, like, a bit confused, because you don't know. And then they have those weird things that they do, like Freddy will sometimes laugh. He didn't really laugh that much since I kept an eye on him, but he kept staring at me sometimes, which was pretty okay with me. If he's staring at me, that means that he knows that I'm watching him, and that means that he knows he can't move, because I'm going to keep my eyes on him like a hawk. Just like Foxy. Pardon, sorry. But just like Foxy, you know? Foxy knows when I'm keeping the camera on him, and then sometimes he'll poke his head out and he'll know that I'm still watching, so he'll just stay there. And then there were those moments where he was actually close to going ahead and running off, but then I decided, you know, to keep watching him, and he wasn't able to do it. Well, except for maybe when I actually lost the ability to use both of the switches on the left side door, which is probably... no, it's not happening right now. But it happened, like, in between my first loss to Freddy again on night 5 and my actual victory, so it should have been happening soon. I thought it was going to happen right there, but it didn't. But anyways, the Five Nights at Freddy's series really good with the atmosphere when it comes to the first game, at least. And if I mentioned this before, I'm more than certain I mentioned this before, I have the actual headcanon that Mike Schmidt, the main character of this game, actually was an investigative reporter who was trying to solve the whole mystery of the murders of the 5 children, or at least, figure out if some certain rumors were true or whatever, that they were being stuffed inside the animatronic suits. And that's why when Night 7 happens, when he gets fired, which of course is just a joke for the fact that you set up how the animatronics were moving, and the fact that you were probably sweating your ass off trying to survive the night. I always figured that that's like when he manages to shut down the animatronics and then finds out that there are kids stuffed inside the Freddy Fazbear animatronics in this establishment. So that's my headcanon. I can't say it's official. It would be cool if it was official, but I don't know for certain, so I can't say that that is true. I can, however, just go ahead and say that that would be awesome if it was true. And it would especially be more awesome if he was somehow connected to Jeremy Fitzgerald and perhaps even the protagonist of Five Nights at Freddy's 4. And then, like, my own specific headcanon, there's 2 different possibilities, or 2 different, like, characters, I guess, that I subject to Five Nights at Freddy's 3. And that's, of course, John Schmidt, who's sort of like my little weird OC character I created that's supposed to be the son of Mike Schmidt, and then myself. And I see it happening for either one of those 2, because with, especially since the guy kind of makes it sound familiar, as if the character in Five Nights at Freddy's 3 has just come back, which either means he came back to the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza establishment, or he came back from, visiting once to see if he would actually accept the job. And then I see it as myself because, quite honestly, if this YouTube thing never works, and if game design never works, and I could see myself ending up becoming a night guard, which would be really sad, but at the same time, I totally see it happening, because, let's face it, I feel like my life sucks half the time. It doesn't, like, really suck, it's just that my mind state always makes me think that my life sucks. And that's just for some certain things. And, alright, well, it looks like this, if I cut it out differently, and this looks like this might have been when I won, I'm not certain, but I guess we're gonna have to watch and see for ourselves. So, oh, yeah, there's Bonnie coming back again. Bonnie was a jackass on night 5 most of the time. Of course. And then there was that one time, like I said, when the whole gadget just froze, and I didn't understand why. And I really wish that it hadn't happened. Oh, yeah, and then there's Foxy popping out. He was about ready to go ahead and jog, except Bonnie was still hogging the door like a jackass. Really didn't like that Bonnie was doing that. But either way, though, I just, tried to survive the night, and yeah, there we go. He was gone, so I was about to lose power. Let's go ahead and see what happens. I forget what it was. Oh yeah, this is where I won. You can tell that I was praising the Lord. Cause yeah, there's my arm movements, and that's when I go ahead and do that. And I seriously question why Mike Schmidt would work there for $120 a week. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, it probably did fit the bill of how a job was back in the 90s, but $120 just didn't make sense to me. And then, of course, I asked why it was that Scott Cawthorn decided to have a 6th night. It's really something that I really didn't understand, and it was really something that Mark didn't understand. It's really something that I'm pretty sure no one understands. Why was there a 6th night? And I get that the 6th night does kind of give you some overtime pay, but in the end, it's only 50 cents more. And I'm pretty sure that historically or not, 50 cents more for working at a pizza restaurant on a night shift does not make any sense whatsoever. It really just boggles my mind. So, anyways, I believe that we are coming to a close on this, so this is where I'm going. Like this video if you enjoyed it, comment below for suggestions on what you would like to see me do, share this video with your friends to get the word out, subscribe for future updates, and then of course if you didn't like the video, you could dislike, because I'm never going to give a shit. It's just there for your opinion and not mine. So, you know, that's pretty much how it's going to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will make sure I actually have my real audio commentary in next time when I play, and of course, you know, I hope that you enjoyed this. So, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace out.
Freddy better not pop up. Say that. I had to fucking open my mouth and say, why do you not do that?